Got it?
Yeah. Sorry, it was just in a bit weird. There you go. You're live.
Hi everybody, how you doing? Sorry, we were just discussing the fact that Josh slipped last night in the kitchen and has cracked his tooth. He's wondering why he's in pain. Dentist time. However, I've had my vaccination appointment through. Woohoo! So I'm really happy about that. So yeah, we're going to sort Josh out now for the dentist. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome to Block of the Week. What have we got to tell you today? Oh, raffle went live about an hour ago. We've already sold, it's a new one. So we've had some specially made for us because we're a bit fed up of the themes that you could get with the pre-bought ones. So they're still exactly, well, they're not exactly the same. There's now 60 on a card and the price is £180. So it's like there's 5 metres of fabric of your choice. There's wadding, there's charm pack, there's jelly roll, there's like needles and rotary blades and thread. There's a panel, there's all sorts in there. Okay, so it's live on the website now. It's a crafting one. They're all crafting products. And I think when I'd left the shop a minute ago, we'd already sold like 25 of the 60. So if you want to have a little go at the raffle, head over to the website. What else have I got to tell you today? Can't remember. There was something else I was going to tell you today as well. Can't remember. Gone. It'll come back to me later. No doubt. So we're going to have a little go. Oh, who's there, Josh? Who's there?
We've got Freddie, Grace, Sheila, Caroline.
Hi, everybody.
Carol.
Lovely. Hi, everyone. Hopefully you're all okay. Everyone's fine. It's a grey old day. After we had all that beautiful sunshine the last couple of days, it's a grey old day today. It's a little bit chilly as well. A little bit on the burr side. So, yeah, not fun at all. So we're going to have a little go at a block today. So this is a block that I've designed. I've been playing around with it for a couple of days. And I wanted to do like an Ohio star, but it was just a bit boring. It was a bit boring. So we're going to have a little go at this. So this is our Gecko star. Okay. I've used the new Springbrook fabrics in this. And it's like a rail fence with an Ohio star and then these little corner pieces all together. So it's not challenging. It's little units that we're going to make and put together. But it also makes really, really interesting secondary patterns. If you make more than one block, you get all these really, really cool secondary patterns, which you'll see if you go on the website. I have written it up as a pattern. It's available as a digital download for £2.95. It's in the digital download sections if you want to have a go at it. However, I'm going to run through the pieces for you. So, from your background fabric, you are going to need 4 4-inch squares. And I've got 4 here, and I actually only need 2. And 2 3-inch squares. Okay. You will also need a 1.5 by 15-inch strip. Okay. And then from fabric 1, which I'm going to call this. Okay. Fabric 1, you need 4 4-inch squares. Fabric 2, you need 2, because I've got 4 again. I only need 2. That's because I cut lots last night. You need 2 3-inch squares and a 1.5 by 15-inch strip. Okay. And then fabric 3. Where's my fabric 3 squares? Oh no, that's that one. That's that one. What's this one? Oh no, fabric 3, sorry. You need 1.5 by 15-inch strips, 2 of them. Okay, because you're going to cut these down. We're going to subcut these. Sorry, I got myself all confused because I'm doing this I'm changing the colours. I'm using the same fabrics but changing the colours. Got myself confused then. So, start with half square triangles, I'm afraid. We've got a few to make. So that's what we're going to do. So, I'm going to take my 4-inch squares. I've got a diagonal line right the way across and my 3-inch squares diagonal across, and I'm going to match them up and we're going to do our half square triangles. Okay, so right sides together, my 4-inch ones. Okay, like this. And while I'm matching these up, please do talk to me. Anybody got any comments there, Josh, if you can talk today?
Yeah, Karen says it's a good size block.
Yeah, it's a 12.5 inch block. So, you could do, 24 by 5 would give you a really good size quilt. But they'd be really pretty just as, you could play around with the colours. I mean, these are really gentle colours, but, if you did them in strong colours and things, it would look completely different. Play around with those background fabrics. So I'm just going to pair these up like that. and then we're going to stitch just the same with any half square triangle. We're going to stitch 1/4 inch down either side of those drawn lines. Okay, so yeah, apparently Josh had a nice little accident at 4 o'clock this morning. I heard nothing about it. He was obviously a big brave boy and didn't need his mum. I was fast asleep. But yeah, he's in a lot of pain by the looks of him. He keeps holding his face.
Yeah, it's just really intense pain on my jaw.
Well, it's because you've cracked your tooth, love. You've taken half your tooth out. I'm going to take you to the dentist. I hate toothache. It's awful, isn't it? So, where's my machine not? There we go, let's find that. No? Why is the pedal not working? The pedal's not working for some reason. Ah, there we go. What's got going on there, but the pedal didn't want to work then for a second. There we go. So I'm just going 1/4 inch down each side of the line. So anybody there having a chat now?
Yeah, Leslie's this afternoon. It's a cold day out there.
Oh, it is, isn't it, love? Yeah, it's a proper little cold day out there.
And says she loves the block as well.
Thank you. Thanks. Yeah. Sometimes when you get that idea stuck in your head, and I was just like, oh, I need to draw it out. I need to draw it out and see if it works. So there we go. So go down this one, and then I'm going to flip round, go down the 1/4 inch the other side. So just standard little half square triangles. I think it was Pamela was saying yesterday she struggles with half square triangles, so about putting them together. So we'll talk you through that in a second. So that's my little 3-inch ones there. And they're going to be part of the corner units. And then these big 4-inch ones are going to be part of the star. There we go there. And that one. Anything else there, Josh?
A couple of people missed the beginning and asking if they could just see what we're making again.
Alright, so yeah, there we go. We're going to do this little block here today. So this is one that I designed, has been playing around with sizing and stuff. So we're going to make this little block today. But the pattern is available as a digital download. Okay. If you want it. I'm really happy with how it's looking as a quilt as well, because you do get all these lovely secondary patterns, but I've put a picture, a graphic on the website so you can see what it all made up if you did lots of blocks. Okay, so just clip these apart, and then we're going to cut up that drawn line. Again, I'm just going to use my scissors just for quickness and ease. You can use rotary cutter if you prefer. There we go. Oh, I'm very, very chuffed my vaccination appointments come through. So I didn't think they were getting down into the 40s category yet, but they obviously are, which is fantastic. And I'm surprised my husband's has come through so at the same time, actually, because he's quite a bit younger than me. So I'm surprised, but maybe they're doing it by households. Maybe they don't. So I'm going to iron them all towards the darker fabric. Okay, I'm going to leave the background free and go through the darker fabric. Okay, so like that. I'm going to go through and just iron these out. And then we've got to square them up, I'm afraid. The joy of half square triangles is, of course, the squaring up. There we go. And there's 8 of these ones to do. So talk to me, please, ladies, while I'm doing this bit of ironing and squaring up. Anybody got anything interesting to tell me? Anybody got anything going on?
Lucy says she's still practicing the half square triangles, still struggling to square up.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll go through the squaring up again with you. Okay, really sort of like do it step by step on a couple for you, so that hopefully that kind of reinforces it a bit for you.
Paula says, my friend told me about your live, so watching during my lunch.
Ah, lovely. Welcome, welcome.
And Jackie, I hit my face on the side of the what are they called? No, the granite thing. Worktop. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. I don't know how you managed to slip in the middle of the night, boy.
Disaster zone, you are.
I was next to the dishwasher, so there was just water on the floor.
Where somebody had got a glass out and it.
Yeah, and so I just slipped.
Oh, bless you. Right, yeah, we'll get you to the dentist in a minute. Okay, so squaring up half square triangles. You want your 45-degree line on your ruler. Okay, so check out where that is. You want to make sure that the line comes right off the corner. All right. We are going to line that 45-degree line along that diagonal seam you've just sewn, like that. Okay. These need to be squared up, so the 4-inch ones need to be squared up to 3.5. Okay. So you want to make sure your 3.5 line and your 3.5 line are within the fabric. Okay. There's no point lining up your 45 if your 3.5 and 3.5 are off the fabric. They've got to be within. Okay. Like that. You're then gonna brace your ruler nice and tight up the side like that, and then across like that. Okay, this side that you've just cut, we're going to turn down here, and now you can directly measure your 3.5 and your 3.5. Okay, like that. So I've got my 3.5 there, 3.5 there, and then I'm going to go up the side like that. Okay, and there's my squaring up. If it helps, stand up to square up. Okay, a lot of people find that their ruler moves quite a bit if they're sat down. If you're able to get your weight over, or even if you sat down, do it as close to you as you can. Okay, so that your weight is like directly over the ruler, because that will help with any of your cutting. It stops the ruler moving. Okay, so I'm afraid I'm going to have to whip through all 8 of these. So you're going to have to bear with me. This is going to be a slightly longer demo today because there are quite a few little elements in this block. I probably should have done some of these earlier, shouldn't I? Should have done some of these last night so that you weren't just watching me square up. So, right, let's have a little bit of a challenge post, shall we? We'll have one running this week, and I'll put it on Monday. I'll pop it on the Facebook page when I get back to the shop. What should we do a challenge post on? What theme haven't we had for a little while? I'm trying to think. We've done quite a lot recently, haven't we, the challenge posts? What about, because Josh sewed yesterday, didn't you? You did pillowcases and all yesterday, and that was all about newbie sewing and first sewing. You might not have a picture of it, but let's do the challenge post. What's the first thing you ever sewed that you've got a picture of? It doesn't have to actually be the first thing you ever sewed, because you might have sewed when you were a little girl or something at school or whatever. But what's the first thing you ever sewed? Sewed? That doesn't sound right, does it? First thing you ever sewn? No. First thing you ever sewed. That is right.
Sewed, yeah.
More than you say it. So yeah, I'll pop a little challenge post on. Or rather, the first thing you ever made. Because some of you might be crocheters out there. So we could do, if it's crochet, what's the first project you ever did? Like I said, if you haven't got a photo of the very, very first thing, go with your oldest project that you ever made that you've actually got a photo of. And I'll pop the challenge post on, and we'll draw that on Monday. Okay? And
Pauline asked, what roller cutter do you use?
Rotary cutter. This is one of the Daffer ones. We've got them on the website. I've also got a Fiskars one that I really like. I just happen to have this one on my desk. To be honest, with rotary cutters, I think a lot of it, unless you've got like the ergonomic ones or anything, if your hands are bad, with rotary cutters, I think mostly it's about having a new blade in there. The sharper the blade is, most rotary cutters will work. Okay, just reline that one a second because it's okay. So that's all those ones. So that was the 4-inch ones down to 3.5. These were the 3-inch ones, and they're going down to 2.5. Okay, so sorry, more squaring up, but then we get to do proper sewing then. More exciting stuff. So it's very dull just watching me do this, I'm afraid. Sorry, but I've only got 4 of these little ones to do. So any questions or comments there, Josh?
Joanne says she can't hear a thing. Can anyone else hear things?
Can everybody else hear us? Has everybody else got us for sound and all? Hopefully you have. I think you must be, because people have been asking questions and stuff.
No, yeah, nobody's said anything else.
No? Well, I don't know why your sound's not working, I'm afraid. Let us know, ladies, if everyone else can hear me. Hopefully it's not, this isn't in silence.
No, apparently it's okay.
Here we go, last one.
Karen says, with what thread do you sew?
What thread do I sew with? I tend to use a mixture of moon thread and Orifil.
Keep freezing.
Pardon?
Apparently I keep freezing.
We're freezing as well, are we?
Yeah, some people are saying yes, it's okay. Some people are saying it's freezing.
Or,
that might just be on their end.
Yeah.
If everyone else is okay.
If everyone else is okay, it might just be the Wi-Fi your end. I think the snow and all is playing it up a little bit. So, hi. Right, okay, so we're going to make some little borders. So these little corner units here that we did, the 2.5 inch half square triangles, we're going to border this now. And we're going to border this with the yellow, okay? So I want to cut from these 4, this is the 1.5 inch strips. I want 4 1.5 by 2.5, and I want 4 1.5 by 3.5. Okay, so I'm gonna cut these little strips double, and I want 4 2.5s. So 2.5 and 2.5 is 5. So I've got my 5 inch line up there, cut there, and then I can line up my 2.5 like that. And there's my 4 2.5s, and then I want 4 3.5s as well. So there's 2. Can I get another one out of that? Oh yeah, easily. There we go, and that's 3. So I've just got that little bit of waste there, and I'll have one more off this end of this strip. So 3, go opposite side of the selvage. We're going to go around like that. Okay. Like that. There we go. So I've got 4 2.5s and 4 3.5s. Now we're going to make some little corner units. So I've got all, I'm going to try and do this towards you. So I want my little half square triangle, I want the coloured fabric. So this is my background, this is my coloured. I want my coloured fabric to be facing inwards. And I want to border the background fabric. So we're going to put a 2.5 like this on this side. Okay, so they're all going to go the same way. And I want to border that background fabric there and there. Okay. And then these ones, once this is sewn together, will then fit on like that. Okay. So the little ones on first, we're going to press them out, and then we're going to put these on. All right. Joe, do you want me to see if Drew can take over?
No, it's okay. I'll go with the dents anyway.
Okay. It's all right. He's grimacing really badly, bless him. He's in real pain with his tooth. So, okay, so just 1/4 inch again, and I'm going to sew that first little one on. My foot does not want to play ball today. Come on. Here we go. I'm going to stitch those on. And if you remember that you want to border the background fabric, not the coloured fabric with this bit. I mean, you could do the coloured fabric a bit, I suppose, and it would just give it a different look. The block would be different again. So, any questions or comments there, Josh?
I don't know who that's directed to, but Erica says, "Hi Jean, I'd like to know more about those rulers."
Oh right. Oh, we missed a comment from Jean about a ruler.
Not sure.
If we miss a comment, I do go back on afterwards and like rewatch these and try and answer anything. Okay, so I'm going to iron it out towards the border fabric. Oh, it's very quiet in here today.
We haven't got the telly on.
Yeah, there's no noise from upstairs either. Boys are quiet upstairs. There we go. Okay, so I've done that one, and then I'm going to add this on this side. Okay, so again, bordering this background fabric, background square. Background square, background triangle. It's a triangle, not a square. So we're making a square. There we go. Let's grab those ones. I love this little bee fabric. It's very cute.
Paula asks, is it a good project for beginners?
If you've never quilted before, I wouldn't maybe start with this block because there's quite a few little elements with it. We've got lots of other little blocks that you can do. If you have done a bit of quilting, then yeah, if you can do half square triangles and sew strips on, you'll be fine. But if you've never done any quilting before, I'd maybe start with a different block, just to sort of get yourself familiar with it. If you look back on our YouTube channel or our Facebook page, we've got lots and lots of block patterns because we do a block every Wednesday. So if you go back to like this time last year, there's a lot. Why didn't that one sew? Why did none of them sew? Oh, for goodness sake, it's come unthreaded and I didn't realise. That's because I was talking. Oh no. What's happened there? Don't even know where the thread's gone. It's caught right up inside. Oh, and it's broken now. Oh, I might be taking my machine apart later. Because I think there's a piece of thread stuck in there now. Damn it. But yeah, if you look back on our YouTube and Facebook, there are lots of different blocks on there. Maybe start if you're new to quilting, maybe start with something really simple like a log cabin or a disappearing 9 patch. Something like that, yeah, probably is where those two is where I would start most people. Okay, so I'm gonna have to re-sew these now because my machine became threaded, and I'm a little worried that I've got thread stuck in there now. I'm gonna have to take the side off later and have a little look at it.
There you go. Jean says she'll post the pictures on Giggles later.
Oh, lovely, fabulous. Is that for the rulers?
I think so. Yeah.
Brilliant. There we go. It's better. She threaded this time. Right, okay, so we're going to just iron these out again, set your stitches and iron out. And we've got these little corner units that look like this now. Okay, so I'm going to do the same with these ones. So you've got 2 elements of the block made. Okay, like that. So you've got our corner units and we've got our star, oh, ow, that was hot, star points. Like that. Okay, so those are my little corner units all done up, and I've got my star points done up now. Last little bit is to make the little rail fence in the centre. Okay, and this is going to be done with a strip set. So these were, you need your background fabrics, and these were the 1.5 inch strips. Now I haven't actually cut these down yet, so I'm going to just chop this off to. You only need 15 inches, but you know if you're going to make more than one block, you can use this as well in the next block. Okay, and we're going to lie this out so that the fabric that you used for this little corner piece here is going to be in the center. Okay, and you want a background fabric and then one of your fabric 3 like that, and we're going to sew these together lengthways. All right, so I'm going to put these right sides together like that and stitch down 1/4 inch, iron it out, and then add this one on. Okay.
So Diane asks, when you design a pattern, is there a full way for deciding compatible colours?
No, I don't tend to design with colours. I tend to design with, when I'm doing patterns, with the graphics. I tend to do everything in black and white to start with, and then afterwards think, right, okay, which colours do I want to go together? A lot of it for me, a block pattern, it will look completely different depending, if I did this in batiks, or, bright reds and, golds and stuff, it would look completely different. So what I look for when I'm designing a block is, or playing around with an old block, because a lot of blocks have been out there for years. Like, this is based on an Ohio star. Okay, you can see it's based on an Ohio star. That block is been around for hundreds of years. So a lot of the time I look to alter old blocks, and make them different, make them new. And for me, a lot of that is, I tend to do it all in black and white and then play with the colours afterwards. Because things look completely different depending on what colour you do them in. Like I said, if I did this all in rainbow colours, it would look different again. For me, it's the design is the the graphics, not the colour. I'm also, as you will have heard me say many times, there's no quilt police. So if you want to put lime green and purple together, you know, with a splash of, you know, navy or whatever, and you love those colours together, that's absolutely, you know, go for it. We did do a whole 1 o'clock actually on colour theory. It is definitely on our YouTube channel. There's a whole colour theory. We did an hour on, you know, about putting colours together and what works and stuff. So it might be, if you didn't watch that one, might be worth having a little listen to that. Again, it's a lot of me waffling on, but yeah, there's a lot of colour theory there as well about what works, what tends to work. But I'm also a believer, if you like those colours together, go for it.
Louise asks, if she's just started quilting, should she pre-wash her fabric before making her quilt, or is it okay to not pre-wash as long as the fabric's 100% cotton?
It's a Marmite thing. It's a Marmite thing. You have got two very distinct camps with the washing and no washing. I'm a no washer. I don't pre-wash anything. I think a lot of quilters who are very traditional quilters or hand quilters, or maybe learnt many years ago when fabrics maybe weren't quite as stable as they are, so we'll come back over here, Josh, as stable as they are now, always pre-wash, and that's fine. If you want to pre-wash, you go for it. I would never ever wash a pre-cut. If you've ever seen a jelly roll come out of the washing machine, you really don't ever want to deal with that. Never wash a pre-cut. I don't wash anything. I like, in fact we talked about it on our question and answer session back on our year anniversary. I mean, in 15, 16, God, more than that, 16, 17 years of quilting, I've only ever had one quilt, not even a disaster, one of the fabrics ran slightly into one of the others the first time I washed it. And I tend to put a colour catcher in when I'm washing my quilts now. I like that slight shrinkage look, so you get that slightly antique-y finish to it. A lot of it depends on what wadding you use, but yeah, I'm a no washer. But if you want to wash them, that's absolutely fine. Just don't wash pre-cuts, because they basically disintegrate in the, you know, they all, like a jelly roll, just all gets into this massive tangled frayed mess. This little strip set we're doing, I'm going to chop it down into 3.5 inch squares, okay, because it measures 3.5 inches from there to there once we've sewn these together, so I want 3.5 that way. But yeah, it's down to personal choice, washing or no washing. I never do, and yet people who do wash swear by it. I've never felt the need to. I've never experienced anything horrendous happening. So, any questions, comments there, Joshua, while I'm doing this?
No, just everyone saying that most people saying they never pre-wash.
Yeah. I think most fabrics nowadays, you'd have this little bit left over. You know, I did 15 inches. You could probably get away with only doing 14 inches. But just in case you need to re-straighten or anything, okay? So we've now got all the little elements of our block to put together. So I've got these ones which are going to make the rail fence. So I'm going to try and do this towards you guys, okay? So I want my first one, top left. I'm going to do the centerpiece first, going vertically. And then this one, now I want the yellows in the center. That one's going to go horizontally. Again, yellow towards the center. So that one's going to go vertically. And then that one goes horizontally. Okay, so that's my centerpiece. We're then going to have our star points going like this. So we've got top and bottom. There we go. So turn those triangles so that you've got the background fabrics touching. And then we've got two side pieces, which go like that and like that. And then again, this side, like that and like that. So there's my stars points on there. And then my little corner blocks, I want this to frame the outside corner. So this is going to go in towards the center, like that. Okay, so there we go. So there's, you can see that one, by alternating the colours in it, looks very slightly different to this one. okay, because I've changed the colours around in it. But we're going to put it together in rows. So I'm going to start this row here. I'm going to start by putting the half square triangles together, all right? Because it's always, if anything's going to go wrong, it's this little point bit here where your half square triangles go a bit, you know, joined together. So we're going to put these right sides together like that. And I'm going to stitch down 1/4 inch this line. Now you don't want to start this end because you've got all that bulk with those seams, and that can all get chewed up and then move your fabric. So start this end where you've just got your plain fabrics. You'll find you can then get up to speed and get over those seams a lot better. Okay, so I'm going to take this over to the machine. So this one together. Just be very aware, if you are flipping it, make sure you're sewing the right one again, because otherwise you end up unpicking it. Move that ruler out of the way. So I'm going to iron this to one side, like that. Okay, and I'm going over these points because a few people have said about the they're struggling with half squares. Can you see that I've now got, it looks like I've lost my points, but this little piece here, that should be 1/4 inch, which when we join the rows together will be your seam allowance. Okay, so you don't ever want your, when you open it up, you don't ever want your point to be right down here. You want that little 1/4 inch bit there. Okay, we're going to add on these two pieces here. Okay, so we're going to pop that one onto that side and then this one onto this side. Okay, there we go. Ooh. I think that piece of thread is making some very strange noises in there. I'm going to have to take the side of my machine off, I think. Did you hear that make a funny noise then, the machine?
Yeah.
I'm going to do this another row. I think we might need, might need to be taking my machine apart. It's not sounding right at all.
Ooh, that didn't sound good at all.
No. Ladies, I think... Oh yeah, something's definitely not right. Definitely not right. Okay, I'm going to iron those out towards the corner units. Okay, like that. I'm going to not do any more sewing now, I'm afraid. Okay, so
off you go.
You right?
Yeah, sorry, it's just.
So I've sewn my top row together with this middle bit, and I would do the same with that bottom row. Okay, because my machine, I'm not going to risk doing any more sewing because that sounds really awful. I don't know what I've done to it. I would then sew this centre block together. So I'd put this right sides together, stitch down that one, and then do those 4 so that I make my little rail fence. Stitch these together and add those on to make my middle row. Okay, that one the same as this one, and then you can put your rows together. Okay, and you end up with your star block. Okay, so which will look, when it's finished, hopefully, something like that. All right, so I stitch this together, put those together first like that, then added those 2 on. All right, rather than trying to do this row and then this row, it's actually better to do this as a centerpiece to get those to fit nicely and then add those on. Okay, that fits nicer. So so there we go. That is my little Gecko star block. Sarah's back tomorrow for she's going to make origami butterflies. Sorry about not finishing that, but that's not making a good noise at all. I want to get that sorted. Sarah's going to make some origami butterflies, but with fabric, I presume. I presume it's fabric, not paper. We don't sell paper, so I think it's fabric. And then I will be back on Monday. Don't forget, Sarah's on her channel on Sunday at 9 AM. I will pop a challenge post on, so I want to see all your pictures, and we'll put you all into a free prize draw for a nice fabric bundle. Okay, so I want to see all your pictures of the earliest thing you made that you've got a picture of. Okay, and I'm going to go and get Josh into the dentist because bless him, he's grimacing really badly. He's in pain.
One last question.
Yeah.
Pamela asked, what will you be demonstrating on the 17th?
On the ICHF, the Creative Craft Shows demo, I'm going to be doing a spiral Bargello table runner. So we're going to be looking at Bargello and doing it on the curves. So it's not something we've ever done on a 1 o'clock. So we have done a couple of classes in it at the shop, but we've never done it on a 1 o'clock. So yes, that's what I'm going to be doing then. So tickets are still available for those. Anything else there, lovely?
Jean says, I hope your machine's okay.
Yeah, me too. Well, I hope Josh's tooth is okay, actually. I'm really a little bit worried about him now. He's gone a bit grey with pain, actually, so I'm going to get him to the dentist. Anybody else there?
Patricia says, fabulous demo, great tips, thank you.
No problem at all. Thank you for joining us. I'm going to love you and leave you, and I will see you all on Monday. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow for Seth. Bye, guys.
Bye.